Hey, what is up, guys? Daredevil of Dallas here, and today I got a brand new video for you guys. Before I get into the chase of this video, I just want to say a huge thank you to all you that have subscribed to my channel. I have amassed over 50 subscribers in the past month, and I know that's not a lot, but what I'm trying to say is that I'm really grateful that you guys have validated this new choice of a niche and commentary. I'm still brand new with this commentary stuff, but I'm gonna try my best to express myself. And it's one of those genres though where anybody can do it, and it's always cool to hear people express themselves, whether you like it or hate it. But I'm just thankful that you guys subscribe to my channel and have viewed my most recent video over 20,000 times as of the 19th of February. But without further ado, let's get into this video. So, UFC 298. Now, this card was not bad, but it also was not the best either. And the reason that I say that it wasn't the best is because it had a couple of depressing moments. Obviously, Volkanovski ended up losing his belt to Topuria. He is facing a really bad time in his career right now, given the fact that he's already lost two consecutive fights for the first time. And you got to wonder what it does for him mentally. We saw a very boring fight between Ian Gary and Jeff Neal. It does not help the career of, well, I don't know, for Ian Gary. I mean, he keeps on getting hate, and more people find more reasons to hate him based on his performance in this fight. But it wasn't a fight that on paper raises the stock of either fighter. And then we also got to see Mackenzie Dern also lose two consecutive fights. She lost her fight against Amanda Lemos, but she showed really courageous resistance, and I'm happy for her that she won Fight of the Night. So yeah, dude, she gets more money. But this card did have some exciting, amazing moments. I enjoyed the fight between Anthony Hernandez and Norman Kopylov. Oh, I'm sorry, Roman Kopylov. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was an amazing fight between two guys that I really, love watching fight. It was a hard fight for me to watch because I liked the both of them. But I knew that Hernandez was going to drown Kopylov, and he was going to get him in the later rounds with his pressure. But the most exciting moment of the event for me that came was the fight between Henry Cejudo and Merab Valishvili. Don't get me wrong, I do not like Henry Cejudo at all. I think he is a waste of time, a waste of talent, and a waste of a fighter. Talk about a guy that was champion for, I don't know, like about a year, no, almost 2 years. He first beat Demetrius Johnson for the flyweight belt. He defended it against TJ Dillashaw. Never came back to flyweight because he moved up to 135. He fought Moraes, and then after that fight, he didn't fight a legitimate bantamweight contender. You had Sterling, you had Piotr Jan, you had Corey Sandhagen, you had Jose Aldo. And yeah, I know that the pandemic happened or anything, but the circumstances and the way that he retired and the person that he last beat before he retired for the first time was just BS. I mean, he never fought a legitimate bantamweight contender. And for him to retire was just, I'm like, dude, this guy is just wasting everybody's time and the legitimacy of the bantamweight division. He had all this momentum go to waste the moment that he retired in order to negotiate a fight between himself and Volkanovski to try to get a third belt. And I thought that that was just a weird tactic because he was trying to get the whole Georges St. Pierre, privilege or whatever you want to call it. But to no avail. And then he comes back 3 years later and they immediately gave him Sterling. And I gotta tell you, I was extremely anxious for this fight because had Cejudo won, he would have made 135 bad again. He would have wasted everybody's time. He would have, put on his hat and become a politician to try to get a fight with Volkanovski. I mean, I was just so happy that Sterling got away with the victory in that fight because had Cejudo won, it would have been a nightmare to deal with the 135-pound division, given its legitimacy. This guy is just a waste, and I was so happy that Merab Valishvili beat him. This fight in particular was extremely good. It was a good performance by Merab. He out wrestled Henry. He beat him in his own game. He was able to slam him in the third round, and oh my god, dude, that felt so cool to see him get slammed. I mean, it had to be so demoralizing for him to, get slammed and out wrestled by a guy who is supposedly not, Olympic caliber, but Marab, I mean, this was just a great, great performance by him. And, he showed off a little bit with Mark Zuckerberg, and I thought that was really, really good. And it was just a satisfying beating that Marab put against Henry. And man, if it's true that Henry's gonna end up retiring after this fight, oh my God, please, please retire. The bantamweight division never needed him back. I don't think he had no purpose coming back other than to win the belt and then get the fight with Volkanovski and then retire. I mean, this guy just he's just a waste. He doesn't try to legitimize himself. He doesn't care about his legacy. He only cares about just getting gold and belts and whatnot, but he doesn't care about adding more to the name. I mean, no dirt, but like, dude, I'm just trying to say that this performance by Marab was just amazing. I did not feel that good in an event that was supposedly depressing with one fight. And yes, this was for me. This was the highlight of the night in my viewing of UFC 298. I mean, yeah, Topuria had a good performance against Volkanovski, but come on, Volkanovski, everybody loves that dude. Robert Whitaker, he showed good resilience against Costa, and yeah, it was a pretty resilient performance, but I feel like he's hitting the end of his prime. But for me, the highlight of the night was Marab versus Henry. I mean, I never felt that good watching a guy who is not Olympic caliber supposedly, but dude, he can wrestle. He can go a million hours, wrestling, 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 and just beating someone at their own game. And I'm just glad that he just put in a very satisfying performance against a guy that I don't think is well beloved by the MMA community or anything other than his coaches or his teammates or anything. I mean, this guy just does some of the most wildest things ever. He fired his coach for clickbait or for clout or whatever. I mean, who does that, dude? Like, that is just some of the most weirdest stuff that I've ever seen. He's extremely cringe and he does it for attention. I never liked Henry Cejudo at all. I never really liked him or never bought into him, and I'm just glad that this is probably gonna be the end of his career for sure, hopefully. And yeah, I hope this is the end. And yeah. Anyways, guys, that wraps up this video. I know that it probably wasn't the best take, because I just had no words to say, and I'm new with this commentary stuff, but like, I had to make a video on MMA stuff because I'm such a huge MMA fan. But yes, guys, this was my video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe as you wish, and stay tuned for more videos, guys. Thank you very much.